Weird.
We can't all make declarations of hatred at the same time. Hi, everybody.
There are dozens of us. Dozens!
你好中国，只叫西纳，我爱更尊重中。石油账。
Alton, help me up onto his casket so I can dance on it.
I don't care.
But how did you ever find us?
Oh, easy. We just read the screenplay you left us.
Glove gold! Glove gold! Glove gold!
You get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
I'll help you. Everything is sexist. Everything is racist. Everything is homophobic. And you have to point it all out.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Huh? Zappuccino.
All right. Hello, all of you members and non-members alike of the Tooney Town channels. This is Marvin, and I'm the Movie Monster. And as you guys might notice, today's members-only stream is open to the public, much like Disney used to do back in the day, when it would offer free Disney Channel to pretty much everyone once in a while as a way of promoting the service. I sometimes like to do a members-only live stream that I open up to everyone so that you could see what we go through every single week here on the Tooney Town channels when we do our members-only live streams. Now, I also am understanding, I don't want our members to feel gypped, our paid members, so later this week, we will be doing a bonus members live stream that will be just members. But I'm excited to invite you guys here. If you guys enjoy it, consider becoming a member. King of Monsters 1954 with the salute to the American flag. Thank you very much. And Master Puppets has just dropped in to say hi. Can't stay for the live stream, though. Well, I appreciate you dropping in to say hi, Master Puppets. Scott Summers says, hello, Gigi. I don't know what that means. But I'll, Kendrick Lama says, hello, all. Lisa Beast has just dropped in since it looks like I was able to sneak in. Yep. Like I said, like free Disney Channel. You guys are getting and not because I forgot to set this to members only. Just so you know, like this was all part of my plan and isn't because I'm an idiot. JPS says hello, jobbers. Hello, JPS. So for those of you that are new to this stream, it's just kind of an unplugged chat. We talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I put every single message for the most part up on the screen, so no need to super chat or anything like that. And Scott Summers is checking in and says glom gold,
Glom gold! Glom gold! Glom gold! Glom gold!
And this is just kind of how we kick it here on Monday afternoons on the Tooney Town TV channel. So all of you wonderful members, if I can quote a wise man, so what do you guys want to talk about? I know I didn't do that with the proper inflection, but my testosterone doesn't allow me to actually say it the way he does. Just kidding. I love Cody. He's a great guy. But let's see. OG Oki says, I remember when HBO, Cinemax, and Showtime did free previews. Yes, they did. So that is kind of the same thing. JPS says, so you forgot to set it to members only. I can either confirm or deny that, JPS. Maybe I forgot to set it to members only and then saw that and said, rather than remake it, said, you know what? Maybe we need to do a preview. Maybe it's about high time. I just kind of hung out and had a little chat. We've been kind of there's not been as much content here on the Tooney Town TV channel lately. So I thought it would be a nice way to kind of bring us all together, here on this Monday afternoon. So Kendrick Lama says, do you think comic movies will collapse if Fantastic Four and Superman flop? Well, Fantastic Four is definitely going to flop. If Superman, Marvel is done. I don't think Marvel has a way back to relevancy. I think Marvel is just going to continue to slouch, toward obscurity forever. DC has an opportunity here to rise up and kind of take the throne, so to speak. Marvel has left itself in a very vulnerable situation, and the world is crying out for an alternative. So if Superman flops, it's over. If Superman loses money... Now, here's the thing. I think Superman could lose money and still be considered a success, because if Superman, let's say the... pardon me, guys. I just popped something. I just popped a cheese curd in my mouth while talking and forgot that I was on the air. So if how was I going to put this? If Superman doesn't, it falls short of profitability, but still generates interest. So let's say it has to make between 700 and 800 mil to generate a profit, and it makes 700. It maybe doesn't make 800. I think that's still a success, because Superman is not just a movie on its own. It's the launching point of this universe. So as long as it generates interest in this continued universe, then I think it's going to be okay. If it's a complete commercial and critical flop, if it panders, if it's nonsense, the way a lot of us fear that it might be, then yeah, the superhero genre is dead. Let's see, Charlie Zulaoscar says, What, you don't own that? That's from Scrubs. JPS says, anyway, finally got myself a gaming PC and playing Mass Effect with a bunch of mods. I'm obsessed. Oh, that's cool. Hope they have cool mods for that. OG Oki says, maybe. Charlie Zulu Oscar says, 0509. It's in the past. Put it behind you. I don't know what that means, but. Cappy 3020 says, just started watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer because of Trisha Marv's glowing recommendation. Thursday, binge watched it all weekend, but halfway through season 2, already enjoying it so much. Oh, man, that is awesome, Cappy. So you watched all of season 1, and now you're into season 2. What episode in season 2 are you on? Because I don't want to say something that's going to potentially spoil something for you, because season 2 is my favorite season of Buffy. It's so, so, so good. Let's see. Kendrick Lama says, but Zaslav is really going to care about the bottom line. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. But I think they're also looking at this in terms of a universe going forward. That's kind of the big picture scenario that you got to look at here. Is this movie going to make people go see Supergirl? Is it going to make people go see Batman? Is it going to make people go see Swamp Thing? The Green Lantern show, et cetera, et cetera. Let's see. Charlie Zulu Oscar also says, members only live stream 5912. Okay, yeah. So instead of 19, I put 09. Whoops, my bad. Cappy 3020 says, just watch Bad Eggs. Okay, that's the one I think where they're trying to raise the egg babies, and it ends up being obviously demons. So okay, cool. Once you get to the Buffy's birthday episode, oh man, does this season take a turn. I can't wait for you to get there, Cappy 3020. Please, please, please keep us updated on your journey through the Buffyverse. I can't wait to see that. But now, after season 3, you're going to have to start throwing Angel into the mix too. OG Oki says, superhero movies are going the way the Westerns, war movies, and musicals did. They produced too many bad movies that killed the genre. Yep, I agree. I agree that I think the nature is trying to take back the superhero movie. Like, it's dead and nature is trying to overcome it. Whether or not it's successful is going to depend on Superman. So literally, the universe rests on the hands of Superman. Let's see. Chef, your Katara says, can I use you as a character in an NES I'm working on? I don't know what that involves. I have no idea what you're asking, so I can't really give informed consent. Maybe if you explain it, I can give more informed consent on that. All right. So yeah, guys, I mean, look, those of you that heard Tooney Talk, you heard me and Kevin Apollo get into one of our classic arguments in which it sounded like a CNN panel or Piers Morgan, where we were just kind of like yelling at each other. If you haven't watched the last week's Tooney Talk TV, it's pretty epic, the argument that we go into with you know, the two of us just kind of like going at it. Kendrick Lamar says, I think DC is doomed. They're trying to go too broad too fast. Their confusion with the Batman. I don't trust Gunn. I don't trust Gunn either. I think, yes, there is confusion with the Batman. That's why I think that they're going to try to make the Batman into the official Batman of the DCEU. Look, if DC is doomed, I wouldn't be shocked. I would be saddened by that, because I like DC as my, you know, that's my universe. I love DC comics far more than I love Marvel. I would be sad, but I wouldn't be shocked, because Warner Brothers sucks. And, you know, Warner Brothers is a terrible, terrible company. And it's, as Gary from Nerdrotic always puts it, the dumbest company in the world. And he's 100% right, because they are dumb. They are dumb, 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 dumb and a half. They are the epitome of all that is dumb. Looking around my my house right now, guys. We're moving in probably like 2.5 weeks, maybe something like that. I don't know. We're moving at the beginning of June, like the first weekend in June, I think first weekend in June, whatever day the 7th is. So we're moving to a new house, and I'm gonna have a much better, bigger studio space, so that's gonna be nice. Let's see. Scott Summers says, and Lauren whipped both your butts. Yes, he did. Lauren stepped in as like the mediator there, and he came in with his logic. But you know what? Lauren agreed. He agreed with both. Like he started to disagree with me first, and then Kevin kept talking, and then Lauren was like, "Whoa, hold on a minute there." Chivalry Qatar says, homebrew game for the original Nintendo. Oh yeah, sure. Go nuts, man. Whatever you got. Rabbits and Reels says, howdy Marvin. Hello, Rabbits and Reels. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Just for those of you that are just joining us, this is typically our members only live stream, which is something that we do pretty much every Monday at 3:00. We have not done it for the last couple of Mondays just because I have been so busy and running around, but members typically get this live stream where I just kind of sit and just chat with you guys, just very relaxed, very laid back. We take all of your comments on the screen, and it's usually a very fun time. So this is kind of a free preview for everybody to see what they're missing here as members of the Tooney Town TV channel. So if you guys decide that you like something like this and all of our other exclusive content and getting stuff early, I will say I'm working on scripts right now for 3 Tooney Town TV videos that will hopefully be launching tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. So members do get those pretty much as soon as they're done. So members will get tomorrow's video today. Let's see. Hold on. OG Oki says, I wonder if WBD will sell DC if Superman fails. If DC is not a viable movie property going forward, I don't see why they wouldn't get rid of it, because the comic books do nothing for them, or anyone. And it's all about movies and TV at this point. And I mean, I also kind of think they would be silly and stupid if they got rid of Batman, because it's one of the only things they've got. I don't know, man. In a Hollywood that is completely ruled over by IPs, I think that, you know, having specifically Batman is a big feather in their cap. John Williams says, I'm late. This is Nolan's fault. It's always Nolan's fault. By the way, no, I'm going to see Nolan this week because he's going to be at Epic Universe for the opening. I will not be there for the opening, but we're going to meet up later on. Cappy 3020 says, looks like the surprise party is next episode, watching after the live stream. Oh, Cappy. Oh, no. Yeah, the next few episodes are going to be rough for you, buddy. You have my condolences. OG Oki says, as long as Disney doesn't buy DC, oh, that would be a nightmare. I don't think they ever could. I think the FCC would block that in terms of they would then own Marvel and DC, which means they would hold a monopoly over the comic book industry. And there's no way that would be allowed. I can't imagine it. I could see if they sold it, maybe whatever new entity Paramount becomes might buy it. Not Paramount in its current state. I'm talking about if and when the Skydance merger goes through, then maybe they'd have enough money from their Taylor Sheridan stuff to be able to buy it. But right now, I think Paramount's got a good thing going with Taylor Sheridan. So I don't know if they're really going to be interested in getting into that game. But yeah, Disney can't buy it. Dude, we used to live in an era where I would be so thrilled when something was getting adapted into a live action film. I would be beyond excited for stuff like that. And now whenever I hear about it, I groan. I'm like, no, not gargoyles or whatever they're gonna be doing. Like, I'm just like, because I know they're gonna ruin it. They're gonna basically appropriate it, steal it, move it, give it to somebody else. And I can't stand stuff like that. And speaking of things I can't stand, guys, I've had to write more about Pedro Pascal in the last week than I've ever had in my life. I am just remarkably appalled at how much I have to write about Pedro Pascal. He is the new Rachel Zegler, but he is a far more successful version of Rachel Zegler, and Disney has a lot of money wrapped up in him and his box office future. So that's why he's allowed to do things like tell Dakota Johnson that she should open up a adult subscription website page. And with that's an article dropping 7:30 a.m. at that Park Place tomorrow morning, and will probably be my video tomorrow for Wednesday. So unless I decide to do 2 tomorrow, I don't know. We'll see. Kendrick Lum says, Marv, what is your favorite Buffy episode? Like the one where Xander gets the car. Oh gosh, I would have to say my favorite Buffy episode. I would probably say I go more for like the big, I mean, the musical episode is a great one. It's not as good as Xena's, but whatever. I think the last like 2 to 3 episodes of season 2 are some of the best stuff. If you're asking my favorite episode in Buffy and Angel, like my favorite Buffyverse episode, that would probably be Smile Time in Angel season 5, because that is the greatest episode of anything ever. Denisha Lane says, hey, Marvin. Hey, Denisha, good to see you. She says, love the channel. Well, we love you too over here on the Tooney Town TV channel. Sorry, I had to take a drink. So, yeah, I've had to write so much about Pedro Pascal. It is actually kind of disgusting how much I've had to write about Pedro Pascal. He's just a weird dude, right? Like, he's just a weird dude. He's not super like he's a good actor, but like I can't. He's got another movie coming out, another one coming out with Dakota Johnson next month. Like, how many movies in a year is this guy in? It's legitimately, I think, only because he is the only one that will do the things that Hollywood wants them to do, because he has no problem, putting over the girl bosses. Let's see, Johnny Somali attacks judge's mother, mocks man who could put him in prison for this Johnny Somali thing, man. I love the Johnny Somali thing. Basically, he's probably going to jail for a very, very long time in a foreign land that does not have the cleanliness standards of U.S. prisons, which are also lacking. Kendrick Lama says Pedro is the most manufactured star of all time. He is. And I mean, look, the reason why they are pushing him so much, let's be real. He was not the first choice for Mr. Fantastic. He was probably not the fourth. I mean, we've heard people like Adam Driver were offered the role of Reed Richards and turned it down. So clearly he is just the guy who will do anything. He will be a part of anything. He will make any script. He will do whatever ridiculous nonsense woke garbage that you want him to do and call it a day. So that's why, you want me to bow before Bo-Katan and the Mandalorian? It would be my honor and privilege. You want a 90-pound girl to beat me to death with a golf club in The Last of Us? Absolutely. Oh, what a great idea. You want me to be the leader of the Fantastic Four, but actually my wife is the star of the movie? Oh gosh, yes, please. It's about time. Like that's the Pedro Pascal motto. So I think when they can't find somebody to be in something, they get Pedro Pascal to do it, because again, he will do anything. Luggage 81 says, hey, I'm back in the members cabinet. How is your May going, Marv? Good. My May is going well. My wife and I got approved for a house that we're excited to move into next month. So that's going to be fun. I will have a pool for the first time in my life. So I'm very, very excited about that. It is going to be so nice to, in the middle of the day, just be able to, jump into the pool and then get right back to work. So, my dog will have a yard. Right now we're in an apartment. Which is it was a good first apartment for us as a married couple, but it's time to live in a house. Time to live in a house, time to have a yard. It's time to we're gonna be in a much more like centralized area where like everything. There's gonna be a movie theater right near me. There's gonna be so much right near me. I'm very, very excited for it. John Williams says, call him Ramsey. It's his real name and he hates being called that. Pedro Pascal's real name is Ramsey. That's funny because Bella Ramsey is, hold on, let me look that up. Is that really his real name? Hold on. Pedro Pascal real name. Jose. No, his name is Jose Pedro Balmaceda Pascal. His name is not Ramsey. Oh, Johnny Somali. That's what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Blagger J81 says, I like Pedro, but he's definitely becoming the guy you see in almost anything relevant now. Yeah, absolutely. He's overexposed. Even the people that don't hate his political views and don't hate like all the woke stuff that he does, they're sick of him because he's just in everything. Nobody wants to see the same actor in everything, guys. I don't care who they are. You know, I think people would even get tired of Sydney Sweeney if they put her in too much. Not Lauren, but most people. Denisha Lane says, Marvin, are you still going to have the Trish shirt coming? Yes, we are. I got to talk to Awful about that. He's the one that's setting up the t-shirt stuff. So hopefully we'll have that coming very, very soon. Hammer Biotech says, sounds like a great situation. Mazel tov. Thank you very much, Hammer Biotech. Yeah, no, we're excited about it. Kendrick Lama says, I heard Pedro's family owned a ton of slaves in Chile, but I don't know if that's true. Oh, please let that be true. Please, please, please let that be true. Oh, man. Pedro Pascal family. I'm looking that up. All right, I don't see anything, so maybe not. Oh, but Sonny Hostin apparently learned that her family likely owns slaves. Oh, you can't make this stuff up, guys. You can't make it up. Jared Markham, do you think Pedro Pascal may have a role in the DC universe? God, I hope not. Why would you put that evil out there? No, but he was already Maxwell Lord in the old DC universe with Wonder Woman 1984. So I hope that Warner Brothers has enough sense to not bring this guy. And plus, I think if you are an active member of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you can't do a DC movie. I think I had read that. Like it's part of the contract that you can't like double dip. I mean, like if you're like a Marvel actor that is no longer in the Marvel universe, like I think you'll see Batista pop up in something, but I don't think you'll see Chris Pratt, if that makes sense. JPS says, will we see Pedro in both Marvel and DC movies? Yeah, no, same thing. I don't think so. I don't think the new DC is going to use him. I hope they're not. I had hoped that because I had forgotten about the whole no double dipping rule, and I thought Chris Pratt would have been an inspired choice for Booster Gold. But apparently, I forget. Oh, is it that like guy from Eternals? I think is going to be Booster Gold. Yeah, I think it's him. He sucks. I hate him so much. The one who's like, it makes me uncomfortable that I had to do sit-ups. Get a life. Oh no. I've got washboard abs and people are staring at it. Like a J81 says, I also heard from my sources that the reason Black Adam didn't show up at Mania was because he had to go put water in Toonie Khan's mom's dish bowl. It's good. Well, Black Adam did show up this week on AEW. So, in the main event, no less. We'll talk about that tomorrow afternoon on Tooney Town Wrestling. We have got a lot to talk about on that show. So that'll be 8:00 over there on the Tooney Town Wrestling channel. But yeah, it was a rough week for those guys over there with technical issues that took Collision off the air, and they replaced it with Black Adam. So The Rock has ruined the finish of 2 wrestling shows within a month. Let's see. John Williams says, what's the weirdest movie you ever watched? Weirdest movie I've ever watched? Gosh, I don't know. I got maybe Donnie Darko. I don't know. Like I don't watch many weird movies. We watch a lot of weird anime. Like my wife watches it and I'm in the room. Yeah. As far as if you're talking about weird anime, then I could say she's watched one. She wants to watch one currently where the plot is that the person turns into a vending machine. So that's the plot of that. But weirdest movie I've ever seen. I mean, there was one called But I'm a Cheerleader that was like this lesbian cheerleader girl goes to like conversion camp or something like that. That was really weird. I watched that when I was a teenager. We all thought it was a movie about lesbian cheerleaders, so we all were like, yeah. And then like it wasn't what we thought it was. So we learned our lesson that day. BR Geist says, hi, Marvin. I'm a few minutes behind, but I 100% agree that season 2 Buffy is the best. Curious how you rank the other seasons. Everyone seems to vary slightly. Okay, so I go season 2 is the best. Season 3 is a very close second. Then probably season 1. Then 5. Then 7. Then 6. Then 4. That's how I would go. As far as Angel goes, probably Angel season 5 is my favorite. Then probably season 2, season 1, then season 3, season 4. Cabby 3020 says that sucks. Chris Pratt would have been an excellent Booster Gold. I thought so too. I really did. Denisha Lane says can't wait for Tooney Town Wrestling tomorrow night. Me neither. It's gonna be fun. Kendrick Lama says Marvin, would you agree with the claim that pro wrestling is the closest modern equivalent to Shakespeare? Kind of makes sense if you think about it. I guess I could see some logic in that. Not in terms of like, you know, I don't think all pro wrestling is Shakespeare. Like, I would really not like to call like the writing on Dynamite akin to Shakespeare. I wouldn't, you know, I don't even know. I don't think I would consider it like classic theater. I mean, it is theater. I've always said it's theater. It's live theater. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I see the connection to Shakespeare, but someone would have to explain it to me. Lisa B says, oh, wait, isn't there an AEW pay-per-view coming up that we could torture Marvin and company with by having him watch it? Yeah, there is. We will be watching it. We will have another goal for us to sit through the what do you call it? Why am I blanking on the name of the word? Press conference, scrum. That's it. I was actually thinking the other day, I'm like, what are we going to do during All In? Because I'm pretty sure All In has, oh no, it's an NXT show, or it's an Evolve show that's going on the same time as All In. So we'll probably have that on also in the background, but that's gonna be a full weekend because we're gonna have Saturday night's main event also. So that'll be interesting. Ogioki says South Park compared WWE to theater. Yes, they did. And it was a good episode. Very, very good. And Family Guy compared AEW to losers, apparently. Kendrick Lama says, I haven't seen South Park due to the they killed Kenny jokes as a kid. Oh man. Denisha Lane says, Marvin, I'm going to see Final Destination Bloodline at the movie theaters. No, that's not my kind of movie. I don't really see those in the theaters. I've never seen any of them. So, Hammer Biotech says, I think it's season 2, but it's amazing how much the line like a pro can convey. Yeah, interesting. John Williams says, remember Shakespeare back in his day was considered lower class slop. Yeah, that is actually interesting to consider. And then Kendrick Lama says, exactly. Lisa B says, scrum. Yep, that is the word. But we have to make $1,000 in order to get there, Lisa. So, you know, I doubt it. It is always really rough to try to get to that number, which is good for me because when I was doing like 500 or 600 or even 800, I was just like, we'd end up watching it and I'd be like, wow, this is not worth it. So Liger J81 says, I hope the new Buffy is good, but the chance if there is a possibility of it sucking, I want Spike to morph into Zamasu to start the Zero Slayers plan. I think that this will open up with somehow there are not thousands of Slayers in the world anymore. I don't think that's going to be a thing. But then again, maybe it will be. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how you could just kind of undo that. It kind of seems like a cop-out of a pretty epic reshaping of the universe. And in Angel Season 5, the Slayers are all still Slayers. So John Williams says, Tony Todd apparently had an undercooked monologue that's a thank you in the new Final Destination movie. That's interesting. Kendrick Lama says, Marvin, did you read the Buffy comics? Yes, I did. I read most of it. I fell off after a little while, but I did read Buffy Season 8. And I read Angel After the Fall, and Angel After the Fall was fantastic. I loved Angel After the Fall. It was a really, really positive way to cap off Angel. But yes, I did read those. They were pretty. I actually had the Buffy. I bought like the motion comic for it. So it was like a DVD, and it like did the comic book, but with all voice acting and stuff like that. It was cool. I enjoyed it. None of the main actors were back for it though. For me, Buffy season 8 falls apart when Twilight unmasks himself and it's Angel. I was just kind of like, oh, that's kind of lame. And apparently they named the bad guy Twilight, and it was not because of Twilight. Apparently Joss had never heard of Twilight when he started writing it. So, but they do make a joke about it after the fact. They're like, Buffy says something like, oh, in the name, that's really like, I had a much better love story than that. And then it ends up being Angel. So All right, guys. Let's see. Who were you? Kendrick Lemon says, who are your favorite and least favorite Buffy characters? Okay, good question. Favorite characters: Giles, Wesley, Angel, Spike, Buffy, Anya, Fred, Gunn. Least favorite, I guess Willow to it. Least favorite: Xander, Cordelia, Dawn, Andrew. Trying to think who else. Andrew was just bleh. I did not like Adam as a big bad. The best big bad, I can't get into the big bad of season 2 because that's gonna ruin things for our friend who's watching currently. So I won't go into those, but I will say, yeah, Xander is by far and away the worst character. Cordelia is a terrible character. Cordelia is a great character up until Angel season 3. Once she cuts her hair, that's it. She's terrible from then on out. Seabrew 1138 says Pee Wee Herman. I don't know why, but it says only Buffy for me was the movie. I heard there was a TV show. Oh, Pee Wee Herman in the Buffy movie. Yes, Pee Wee Herman's actually good in the Buffy movie. I really liked his death scene with that ooh ooh ah. I thought that was funny. But the Buffy movie is actually very good. It was they definitely made some changes when they went ahead for the TV show. Like the best change being that the vampires now turn to dust when they're staked, which made cleanup a whole lot easier because, in the original Buffy, it was just like the bodies of the vampires were just everywhere. So, all right, guys. Well, usually these go for about a half hour to 45 minutes. So unless anybody has anything else that is pressing that they want to talk about, we could probably end it here. But thank you guys for coming. I appreciate having you here. I am going to go work on some scripts for some more videos for you guys. This is after writing 9 articles on that Park Place today. So it has been a busy day for your old buddy Marv. Oh, hold on. Let me see. Hammer Biotech says, what do you think of the claim by Chris Carpenter that the negative arc of her character was Whedon's retribution? It was. That doesn't, but I mean, the character still stinks. I mean, it's Joss's fault, obviously, but that doesn't happen until like season 4. That's like with the Connor stuff. She starts getting like rough in season 3. So, but yeah, Joss famously punished Charisma Carpenter because she got pregnant. All right, guys, make sure you're joining us tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern for Tooney Talk Wrestling. There will not be a game stream on Wednesday. I'm finding a new night for that because I realized that like Pro and I were kind of cannibalizing each other's audiences for that, and he does the Pro show Wednesday nights now. So I'm actually going to be on the Pro show this Wednesday night. Then we have got Tooney Talk TV on Thursday night, and then I'm also going to be on Pro's Lilo and Stitch review after Tooney Talk TV is over. So thanks guys for joining in. Keep on the lookout for you members. You will have a video today. Everyone else should have a video tomorrow. Might be tonight. And then everybody else will have it tomorrow morning. And should be videos for the next couple of days. So thanks guys for hanging out. We will see you guys next Monday for just members. Members, I will also be probably trying to do another members exclusive stream either Wednesday during the day or Friday during the day. So keep an eye out for that. From all of us here at the Tooney Town channels, guys, I'm Marvin the Movie Monster. Now get out of here!